Hello everyone and welcome back to Next Gen Gaming SC. I'm your host Josh Snyder and it is time for coverage of the final match here at the Star Wars Unlimited 2K at SCG Con Baltimore. Here in the finals we have Ian Klein versus Matt Ranks, Han Yellow versus Palpatine Green. Ian back at the feature table after a big win in the quarterfinals over Sabine. Now here in the finals, facing off against Palpatine. Starting out here in round one, Matt playing Colonel Yularen into the ground arena, and Ian starts out with Spark of Rebellion, discarding the round two play for Matt, Emperor's Royal Guard. Matt able to hold on to the initiative, and here in round two starts with another unit in the ground arena, Super Laser Technician. And Ian is going to respond with Bodhi Rook, so Ian quickly coming after Matt's hand this time around. Overwhelming Barrage being discarded. That is a fantastic hit for Ian. So Matt down to just one card in hand. It is the Reinforcement Walker. Matt claiming the initiative, choosing to pass on an attack with Yularen. Matt will start things out with the initiative. Just two cards in hand again after Ian discarding two cards early here in game one, hitting Emperor's Royal Guard and Overwhelming Barrage in successive rounds. And the first action of the round for Matt, he is going to use Emperor Palpatine's ability, paying one resource, defeating the Super Laser Technician. So Super Laser Technician becomes a ready resource, deals one damage to Bodhi Rook, draws a card. Ian attacks into Colonel Yularen with Bodhi Rook, both units defeated, and Matt plays another Super Laser Technician. Ian goes up to 5 resources with the Han Solo action ability. Matt has reclaimed the initiative, and then Ian follows it up with Cantina Bouncer, putting the Super Laser Technician right back into Matt's hand. So Matt will start round 4 with no units on the board. Staring down the Cantina Bouncer, Matt is going to replay Super Laser Technician. And Ian is going to attack the Super Laser Technician with Cantina Bouncer. Technician defeated, Matt getting another ready resource. And Matt plays the third copy of Super Laser Technician here in game one. Ian is going to gain an extra resource for this round using the action ability on Han Solo. Matt just passing back over to Ian. Ian is going to deploy Han Solo. And another pass from Matt. Ian attacks into Matt's base, 4 damage. First damage dealt to a base here in game one. And the Han Solo on attack ability triggering, Ian getting another resource. Up to 7 total. Matt passing once again, and there's the 7 resources. DJ being smuggled into play. That is going to steal 1 resource from Matt. We saw Ian use DJ to take a resource from his opponent in the quarterfinal, doing it again here in the final. So after DJ coming into play, stealing a resource, Matt just claims the initiative after the possibility of using the Palpatine action ability suddenly disappeared. The DJ Han Solo combo is just so good. DJ takes control of an opponent's resource, and then of course Han Solo forces you to defeat one of your resources after using that action ability or the on attack ability. at the start of the next action phase. So in this case, Ian able to defeat Matt's resource so that Matt can't take control of it once DJ leaves play. Such a strong combo. And here at the start of the next round, pretty good play for Matt. Playing Darth Vader, he is going to find Emperor's Royal Guard from the top 10 cards. That is a very strong play in this spot for Matt. And now Matt has to decide where he is ambushing Darth Vader. It is going to go into Cantina Bouncer. So Bouncer defeated. 3 damage back to Darth Vader. And Ian is going to respond with Cunning. Certainly quite a strong play of his own. Cunning is going to return the Super Laser Technician to Matt's hand. And now Ian gets to choose one more option off of Cunning. He is going to give DJ +4 power for the phase. Matt just claims the initiative. Ian attacking Darth Vader with Han Solo. Vader defeated. Han taking back 5 damage. And Ian is going to attack into Emperor's Royal Guard, defeating Royal Guard. And now Ian, still with 4 ready resources, is going to play Kira. Matt showing Command, Super Laser Technician, and Reinforcement Walker in hand. Ian choosing to name Reinforcement Walker. So as long as Kira is in play for Ian, Matt would have to pay 11 resources for the Walker. That is going to do it for the round. Ian having to defeat 1 resource after the Han Solo on attack ability, giving him that extra resource last round. Matt will be able to start with the initiative, but he is staring down quite a ground arena on Ian's side of the table. Matt starting things out, replaying Super Laser Technician. And Ian is going to attack Matt's base with Han Solo. 8 damage on Matt's base. Ian getting an extra resource once again off the top of his deck with the Han Solo action ability. And it appears as though Matt is going to use the Palpatine action ability, defeating Super Laser Technician. Drawing a card, 1 damage dealt to Kira. And Kira is going to attack Matt's base for 3 damage. And the question is, does Matt deploy Palpatine in this spot, take control of that Kira? And that is the play for Matt. Palpatine deployed, taking control of Kira. And Ian with a quick response, going to play Cunning, exhaust Palpatine, and return Kira to his hand. Matt does play another Emperor's Royal Guard. That will give Matt a Sentinel unit. And Ian putting Kira right back into play. We see Devastator, Command, and Reinforcement Walker in Matt's hand. And Ian once again is going to call Reinforcement Walker. And it appears as though Ian is trying to dodge the healing effects of Reinforcement Walker. Of course, Reinforcement Walker can heal 3 damage when played, and then also has the potential to heal 3 more damage each time it attacks. So to start things out in the round, Matt with the initiative. Here comes Devastator. The Star Destroyer into the space arena. That is going to make an impact in this game moving forward. Devastator defeating Kira with the win played ability. And now Ian is going to attack Emperor's Royal Guard. 4 damage onto Guard. Han Solo defeated. And now Matt using Palpatine to attack and defeat DJ. And Ian, with no units on his board, is going to smuggle Tech into play. Matt attacks Ian's base for 3 damage with Royal Guard. That is the first damage dealt to Ian's base here in Game 1. Now the action back on Ian, and essentially has a ton of cards in his hand at this point. Tech in play gives each one of Ian's resources smuggle, which means he could play any of those cards from his resource row with an additional cost of 2 resources. Ian is staring down a massive board on Matt's side of the table. Royal Guard, Palpatine, and Devastator. And it looks like Ian is going to smuggle in Cloud Rider. Cloud Rider is going to ambush into Royal Guard, both units defeated. Matt has just claimed the initiative. Ian is going to play R2-D2. And the top card of the deck going to the bottom, as Ian needs some help at this point in the game. That Palpatine and Devastator going to be quite difficult to deal with. And really the only answer that Ian has for Devastator is going to be things like Cantina Bouncer or Waylay. Just putting Devastator back in Matt's hand. The problem with that is each time Matt plays Devastator, the win played ability on Devastator is going to defeat one of Ian's units. Matt does have the initiative and will take the first action of this round. And Matt is probably going to want to defeat Tech as quickly as possible, as Tech does give Ian quite a bit of options. And with the first action, Matt is going to play Command. He is going to get back a card from his discard pile, Darth Vader. And it looks like Emperor Palpatine is going to get 2 experience tokens. So Palpatine up to 6 power. And now with 8 remaining HP after the 2 experience tokens. And Ian is going to play Cantina Bouncer. That is going to put Devastator back in Matt's hand. And Matt will play that Darth Vader that he just got back from the discard pile. Darth Vader searching the top 10 cards of Matt's deck. He will play any number of villainy units with a combined cost of 3 or less. Gets to play them for free. So Matt loading the board back up, this time off of Darth Vader. It is Phase 3 Dark Trooper being played for free, and Darth Vader ambushing and defeating Tech. So as mentioned, Matt not wanting Tech to stay on the board just gives Ian too many options. Ian plays Bodhi Rook. We see Salacious Crumb, Reinforcement Walker, Devastator, and Command in Matt's hand. Bodhi Rook can only discard 9 unit cards, so Command is discarded. And Matt is going to attack Ian's base for 6 damage with Palpatine. Ian claiming the initiative, but still staring down a very large board. Matt's ground arena outclassing Ian's ground arena. And first action of the round, Ian is going to attack and defeat the Sentinel unit. Phase 3 Dark Trooper defeated. And 3 damage back on to Cantina Bouncer. I have to imagine this is not the plan Ian had for this first game here in this matchup, as we are very late in game one, and Matt's late game threats are just so much better than Ian's, with things like Darth Vader, Reinforcement Walker, and Devastator. I'm just not sure at this late in the game Ian can overcome those threats.
On-demand events judged to the main stage.
So Matt, his first action of the round, 5 damage to Ian's base with Darth Vader, putting Ian up to 14 damage on his base, and then Ian attacking Matt's base for 3 with Bodhi Rook, 14 damage on each base, but it doesn't stay that way for long, as Matt comes right back across with Palpatine, 6 damage into Ian's base, putting the damage total up to 20. And Ian attacking Matt's base for 1 damage with R2-D2, leaving the top card of his deck where it's at. And Matt's damage total on his base up to 15. But Matt is going to heal that 1 damage with Salacious Crumb back down to 14 damage on. And with the action back on Ian, he is going to smuggle in DJ for the second time here in game one. That will allow him to take control of one of Matt's resources. But Matt is just going to play Devastator right away with the remaining resources and defeat DJ. So that resource that DJ would take control of would go right back across the table to Matt. And Ian does have another temporary answer for Devastator, as he played Waylay and returned Devastator back to Matt's hand. Devastator with its 10 power would finish the game with 1 attack. And Matt did claim the initiative.
Your pairings are available through melee.gg and make their way to the pairings board near the blue gathering point.
We see the initiative token still on Ian's side of the table, but Matt did claim the initiative after Ian played Waylay last round. So with the first action, Matt attacking Ian's base for 5 with Darth Vader. Ian is going to play Cunning, exhausting Salacious Crumb and Palpatine. And he's going to give R2-D2 plus 4 power for the remainder of the phase. We know that Matt still has Devastator in his hand. Devastator coming back down into the Space Arena, defeating R2-D2. Ian attacks Matt's base for 3 damage with Cantina Bouncer. And Matt is going to put another unit in the Space Arena, Black Sun Starfighter. And another 3 damage to Matt's base. This time an attack from Bodhi Rook. And Ian has another way to return Devastator to Matt's hand. With another copy of Waylay, Matt claiming the initiative. Ian plays Millennium Falcon, which enters play ready. So the Millennium Falcon attacks into Black Sun Starfighter. Starfighter defeated. Matt left with no Space Arena. But as we move on to the next round, Matt with the initiative. 1 attack from Palpatine or Darth Vader just wins the game for Matt. But notice that Ian's base with tokens only showing 23 damage on. I believe a couple damage was missed from the Palpatine attack a round or 2 ago. There should be 25 damage on Ian's base right now, which means, again, 1 attack from Palpatine or Darth Vader would finish the game. Matt is going to attack with Darth Vader, and that will wrap it up for game one. Matt will take the early lead in the finals at SCG Con Baltimore. We are ready for game two here in the finals of the Baltimore 2K at SCG Con Baltimore. Ian Klein versus Matt Ranks. Han Yellow versus Palpatine Green. Matt with the lead here early in the finals, winning game one, and what a weekend it has been so far for Matt. Matt made the top cut yesterday in the Star Wars Unlimited 1K event, making it all the way to the finals, where he ended up losing to Sundeep on Han Green. But Matt, another very strong run today, making the top cut of the 2K and finds himself in the finals in back-to-back large events. In round one, Ian very aggressive, playing Mercenary Gunship in the Space Arena. Matt, no round one play, just claimed the initiative and plays Super Laser Technician to start out in round two. And for the second straight game, Ian is going to play Bodhi Rook in round two. This time, some options, as Matt had two copies of Traitorous, Emperor's Royal Guard, and Palpatine's Return in hand. Ian deciding to discard one of the copies of Traitorous. Matt once again claiming the initiative. And Ian was able to deal 3 damage to Matt's base with the Mercenary Gunship. And now we start round 3 of game 2. Matt with the first action. He is going to attack Bodhi Rook with Super Laser Technician. Technician defeated. Matt getting an extra ready resource, ramping up to 5. Bodhi Rook takes 2 damage. And Ian is going to attack Matt's base once again with Mercenary Gunship. 6 damage on Matt's base. And Matt is going to use the action ability on Mercenary Gunship, paying for resources. And he takes control of the gunship. But Ian has Cunning. Cunning is going to return Mercenary Gunship to Ian's hand. +4 power to Bodhi Rook. Matt has claimed the initiative, and Ian attacks Matt's base for 7 damage with Bodhi Rook, and 3 rounds in, 13 damage on Matt's base. What an absolute brilliant cunning that was for Ian, returning the Mercenary Gunship to his hand, keeping Matt from defeating it with Palpatine's ability and getting an extra card, and then being able to attack with Bodhi Rook for a very large chunk of damage. Here in round 4, Matt opens things up with Emperor's Royal Guard. Ian plays Cantina Bouncer, returning the guard to Matt's hand, and then Matt just replays it. And now Ian is going to use Han Solo's action ability, getting an extra resource. Matt just claims the initiative. Han Solo is deployed, and he is going to attack Matt's base for 4 damage. That gives Ian another ready resource for this phase. And here comes 3 more damage to Matt's base. Matt up to 20 damage very early in game 2. And Ian with 2 ready resources plays Spark of Rebellion. Another huge turn for Ian. He is going to discard Maul from Matt's hand. And at the end of round 4, Matt has 20 damage on his base. And he is still staring down 3 units in Ian's ground arena. This is the game that Ian wants to play, fast and aggressive in this matchup. And he has been able to do exactly that here in game 2. Matt is going to play Palpatine's return, playing Maul from his discard pile. Maul being a force unit cost 8 less, so a free Maul for Matt off of Palpatine's return. Maul ambushes and defeats Han Solo. 1 damage from Overwhelm to Ian's base. And then Ian is going to respond with Surprise Strike, attacking with Bodhi Rook with +3 power, 6 damage to Matt's base. Matt is going to attack and defeat Bodhi Rook with Royal Guard. And here comes Ian right back, 3 damage to Matt's base with Cantina Bouncer. Matt claims the initiative with just 1 HP remaining. The action back on Ian. Ian plays a new adventure. He will return Cantina Bouncer to his hand, and then he gets to play it for free. So Ian will resolve the when played ability on Cantina Bouncer, returning Maul to Matt's hand. And then Ian follows that play up with Spark of Rebellion. Matt holding on to Strike True, Overwhelming Barrage, Maul, and Reinforcement Walker. Ian will have Matt discard the Reinforcement Walker, taking away the healing possibility. And that does it for the round. One damage on Ian's base, 29 damage on Matt's base. Ian just has to find 1 more damage. He has Cantina Bouncer ready in the ground arena, but we know that Matt has at least 2 answers in hand. He has Maul and Overwhelming Barrage, which could both defeat Cantina Bouncer. Matt has yet to deploy Palpatine in this game, and he is going to deploy Palpatine. Palpatine deployed, that means Emperor's Royal Guard has Sentinel. So Ian attacks Royal Guard with Cantina Bouncer. The Royal Guard defeated. The action now back on Matt. Matt is going to attack Ian's base with Palpatine. 4 damage to Ian's base. Damage total up to 5. And Ian is going to respond with a big threat in the space arena. Millennium Falcon coming into play. And now Matt has 2 units that he has to answer. Now Overwhelming Barrage plus Strike True would defeat both of those units. But I believe Matt has resourced Strike True. And I don't believe he has a way to answer both units in hand. So Matt is just going to have to claim the initiative, hoping to find an answer. He does not. That is going to do it for Game 2. Ian victorious. And we are heading to a deciding Game 3 here in the finals at the Baltimore 2K. If you like the tokens we are using, check out Laser Gaming. The link to their store is down in the description below. And through September 30th, 2024, you can put in code NEXTGENGAMING to get 5% off their Star Wars Unlimited products and take your gameplay experience to the next level. It all comes down to this here at the Baltimore 2K. Game 3 of the finals. We have Ian Klein versus Matt Ranks. Han Yellow versus Palpatine Green. Matt was able to win Game 1 in a long, grindy game. And in Game 2, Ian was able to get out to a blazing start and carry that momentum all the way to victory. Matt was so close to stabilizing in Game 2 with 1 HP remaining, but couldn't quite get there. And now the pressure on both of these players here in Game 3 to take home the trophy. Matt will start with the initiative, and for the second straight game has no round one play. Just claims the initiative. Ian uses the Han Solo action ability to get an extra resource and play Ezra Bridger in round one. So Ian will go up to 4 resources and then have to defeat one. The resource defeated mercenary gunship. Matt is going to play resupply, going up to 4 resources. And Ian is going to attack Matt's base for 3 with Ezra Bridger. He will discard the top card of his deck. Matt claims the initiative, and Ian is going to play Tech. We see Tech in play, and we know that Ian could get up to 5 resources with Han Solo's action ability and smuggle DJ into play. You know that Matt has to be very aware of that. Matt will take the first action, and he is going to start with an answer to Tech. Playing Traitor is taking control of Tech, but then here comes the Cunning play in round 3. Cunning returns Tech to Ian's hand, +4 power to Ezra Bridger. Matt claims the initiative, and another 7 damage dealt to Matt's base in round 3. This is certainly another start that Ian will have no complaints about. 10 quick damage to Matt's base. Matt will start the round with 6 resources, 1 resource ahead of Ian. After playing resupply early here in game 3. And Matt is going to play another copy of resupply, going up to 7 resources total. And Ian responds with Spark of Rebellion. We see Salacious Crumb, Scanning Officer, Darth Vader, and Palpatine's return in Matt's hand. The Scanning Officer could be interesting here because we know that Ian is running DJ. He's got the smuggle cards. Scanning Officer could certainly interfere with some of Ian's plans, and Ian is going to discard Scanning Officer. Now the action back over to Matt. He is going to pay 1 and play Salacious Crumb, healing 1 damage from his base. Ian is using the Han Solo action ability. That is going to take him up to 6 total resources with 4 still ready. Matt is going to use his leader's action ability as well, defeating Salacious Crumb. 1 damage to Ezra Bridger, and Matt draws 1 card. Ian will deploy Han Solo. Matt just claims the initiative, and Ian will attack Matt's base with Han Solo for a total of 4 damage. So the damage count on Matt's base up to 13. Ian did get another ready resource, so he has 5 ready resources now after the Han Solo attack. Ian plays Surprise Strike. Ezra Bridger attacking Matt's base for 6. 19 damage on Matt's base. Ian gets to take a look at that top card, play it, discard it, or leave it on top. He chooses to discard the top card. And then Ian plays Tech once again. That is going to do it for the round. And Ian having to defeat 2 resources at the start of this action phase. Matt does have the first action of the round, but no units on his board currently. Staring down 3 units in Ian's ground arena. Now, Matt's first action of the round An impactful unit. Darth Vader coming out. And he will start forcefully taking back control of this board for Matt. Now, Matt would probably love to find a Sentinel unit off of this Darth Vader when played ability. And Matt is going to play Emperor's Royal Guard. The Guard does not currently have Sentinel, but once Matt deploys Palpatine, he will control an official unit, which will give Royal Guard Sentinel. Darth Vader ambushes and defeats Tech, as Matt wanted no part of DJ potentially smuggling in for 5 resources, taking one of Matt's resources, which would keep Palpatine from deploying this round. Ian attacks Matt's base with Ezra Bridger for 3. And he is going to play Surprise Strike off the top of his deck. Han Solo attacks Matt's base for 7 damage, and Matt has just 1 HP remaining once again. Matt deploys Palpatine, taking control of Ezra Bridger. But it has been another very solid round for Ian, and he finds himself just 1 action away from winning this tournament. Ian does claim the initiative. And now the action back on Matt. He is going to attack with Palpatine. 4 damage to Ian's base. That is the first damage dealt to Ian's base here in game 3. And then Matt will pass. We move on to the next round. And here in the second straight game, as we get into the late stages, Ian just needs to find 1 more damage to take this game. Ian plays Han Solo. Han is going to ambush and defeat the Royal Guard. And now Matt has to find an answer for the ready Han Solo leader unit, because he no longer has a Sentinel unit in the ground arena. Matt is going to pay 2 for Gamorrean Retainer. That does give him another Sentinel unit. And Ian attacks into the Sentinel right away with Han Solo, getting an extra ready resource, defeating the Sentinel. And Matt attacks into Ian's base with Ezra Bridger. 7 damage on Ian's base. And now Matt deciding what to do with the top card of his deck. He is going to discard the top card. Ian just claims the initiative here. And now Matt still has to find some answers for these units in the ground arena, facing down a pair of Han Solos. Matt is going to attack the 7-cost Han Solo with Darth Vader, putting 5 damage on Han. Darth Vader defeated, but Matt is going to play another Darth Vader. Vader doing everything he can to keep Matt in it here late in game 3. Matt finds another Emperor's Royal Guard off of the Darth Vader ability, giving him a Sentinel unit in the ground arena. Darth Vader ambushes and defeats the 7-cost Han Solo unit. And now Matt will attack the Han Solo leader unit with Palpatine, defeating Han. And it looks like Matt is going to use the on-attack trigger to defeat Ian's Ezra Bridger and draw an extra card. Matt in similar territory here in game 3. In game 2, Matt was down to just 1 HP remaining on his base and was so close to stabilizing and completely turning the match around. Can he do it here in Game 3? We move on to the next round. Ian will start with the initiative. Matt does currently have complete control of the board and is showing 12 possible damage with the 3 units in the ground arena, which means Ian needs to present more threats quickly as he is on a 2-round clock. With the first action of the round, Ian is going to play Bodhi Rook, and he does have some options. Matt holding on to a few non-unit cards, Command, Traitorous, and Palpatine's Return. And Ian is going to have Matt discard the Palpatine's Return. And now the action back on Matt. Matt showing plenty of answers for the Bodhi Rook, but what Matt has to be most concerned about is a possible space threat for Ian. We know that Ian runs multiple space units, including both Millennium Falcons, the 3-cost unit that enters play ready, and the 6-cost Millennium Falcon that has ambush and smuggle. So Matt's first action of the round, he is going to attack Ian's base with Darth Vader, 5 damage, putting Ian's damage total up to 12. And Ian has one of those space threats. Millennium Falcon smuggled into play, and now Matt must find an answer for the space unit, or this game is over. It does not appear that Matt has an answer in his hand for Falcon. Matt is going to attack with Palpatine. 4 damage to Ian's base using the on-attack trigger. Defeating Darth Vader, dealing a damage to Bodhi Rook. Matt gets to draw a card. And I believe that card was Scanning Officer, which does not answer Falcon. Matt desperately searching, making sure he does not have an answer for the Millennium Falcon. He does have Command in his hand, but I don't think there's anything that can be returned in this spot to change the outcome. And that is going to do it here in Game 3. Ian Klein with Han Yellow is your Baltimore 2K champion. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to the Baltimore 2K coverage. And thank you to Star City Games for putting on this awesome event. Stay tuned for more tournament coverage coming soon. May the Force be with you, and until next time, take care.